Kia ora, strong winds, heavy rain back on the cards for the South Island as we head through Saturday. As these fronts push up from the south, ahead of them, some pretty strong northwesterlies, perhaps even gale or severe gale force winds in the most exposed areas, and heavy rainfall piling back on towards that western side of the South Island for places like Fiordland, Westland, and then feeding across in towards the headwaters of Otago. Very short-lived by the time we head through to midday on Sunday. You can see that front is way up towards the central parts of New Zealand, bringing some stronger winds towards parts of Marlborough, Wellington and Wairarapa, but an improving story for the South Island for Sunday. But we have got plenty of windy and wet weather. The strongest winds on the eastern side of the hills and down across those southern parts of New Zealand, being picked out here by those purple colours. That's showing the gale force or even the severe gale force winds. So you can see as we go through the daytime, starting off down south in towards Canterbury, and then by the time we head through towards the early hours of Sunday morning, through parts of, say, Marlborough, Wellington and Wairarapa, seeing those winds increasing, those northwesterlies as we head through the next couple of days. So there are plenty of severe weather watches and warnings in place, mainly across the South Island, it has to be said. The heaviest rainfall on that western coast of the South Island, the strongest winds on the other side of the hills and down towards those southern parts of the country as well. But you'll notice we have also got a watch up towards those southern parts of the North Island as we head through Sunday morning. We take a bit of a look down in the south. We have got that heavy rain warning through Fiordland from about midday through to about midnight on Saturday. That's where we're going to find the heaviest rainfall, 160 to 200 millimetres of rainfall. It's a fairly short space of time to get that much rain to come through. It will be moving northwards, but it will be a wet looking afternoon with some pretty intense bursts of rain. Similarly, we'll find those strongest winds, strongest across Southland, Otago and, say, Stewart Island, as we go through the afternoon on Saturday before they start to ease down later on. Those winds reaching severe gale in the most exposed areas and gusting to around about 120 kilometres an hour in the most extreme spots as well. As we head further northwards, we've got that that warning out for heavy rainfall in the headwaters of the Otago rivers as well, being pushed across by those strong gale force northwesterly winds. So that's really from about 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Again, it eases as we head through in the night time. We've also got a warning out for heavy rainfall through Westland, as much as 120 to 160 millimetres of rainfall up about the ranges. Lesser amounts down towards the coast, but still 70 to 90 millimetres of rainfall about those coastal areas south of the glaciers. So still a lot of rain to come. And again, it's a really short space of time as we head through Saturday afternoon in towards the early hours of Sunday. That's when we're going to find our wettest time through there. We'll also find from about 3 p.m. on, say, Saturday afternoon, those winds picking up through the Canterbury High Country. Again, perhaps reaching severe gale in the most exposed areas and also gusting to 120 kilometres an hour. So a really windy story through the likes of Canterbury through the afternoon on Saturday and in towards those early hours of Sunday. And as we head further northwards as well, we've also got those watches out for the headwaters of the Canterbury lakes and rivers, also for Buller, and that wind watch for Marlborough, Wellington and Wairarapa as we head through towards Sunday morning. So these watches really the last bit as we head through the night time and in towards that first part of Sunday. Now the good news is as we head through Sunday, we'll find this front weakens away. That will push some wet weather on towards the North Island, but behind it, high pressure builds in. So things are settling down once again for the South Island. But for Saturday afternoon, overnight into Sunday, we've got some windy and some wet weather in store. So please do keep up to date with the Met Service forecasts, watches and warnings. And you can find all of that information at metservice.com.